There we go. And me just checking on Discord. I know I will. I know I'm gonna have to. I know I am going to have to. It's like adjust to update the game category. So might as well do it now. Creator dashboard. Edit stream info. Well, even though it's FreeDoom 2, I have to technically go with FreeDoom 1, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, still FreeDoom, so yeah. But anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So, as always, everyone, hey yo, my fellow Rumble Maniacs. It's Mr. Rumble Roses here, and welcome to a very late installment of Weapons Mod Wednesday. So late, in fact, it's now Thursday. So, originally I was going to be trying to do this and everything for Wednesday, but I kind of was. I guess I'm not going to say like I was sick or anything, but I was just kind of like just meh. I guess in terms of like like just trying to do anything. Um, so I pretty much went to sleep. I slept for quite a while, and then that was pretty much it, I guess. And I was just like, you know what, I'm up and about now, so why not maybe, why not maybe, do a little bit of stuff with, what, why not, do a little bit of, thing where, I try and do the thing I was going to be doing yesterday for today as part of like a possible double stream. So, so yeah. Now to kind of, um, now to kind of give an explanation as to what's going on and everything, like to kind of help people, to kind of catch people up on things, especially for those that are new to this channel or the series. So usually Weapons Mod Wednesday is the thing that I do, where on Wednesdays during my 2 day slow week of streaming, I play some classic Doom with a random little gameplay mod that has been uploaded to the Doom plus Doom 2 port that I think is pretty cool, and I think that might change things up a little bit. Sometimes I might either like revisit Doom 1 or sometimes I might revisit Doom 2 and go from there. So yeah, and the mod I'm going to be playing around with is called Blorc. It is a weapons mod made by Alpha Int 2, also I think it's like Alpha Enterprises 2. Um, basically, in a nutshell, it has like new weaponry for the respective slots and all that. It's one of my favorite little gameplay mods to play around with because they actually have some pretty nice stuff in my opinion. Especially having something that's better than like the standard Doom pistol. Um, and with this one, it's originally known to be like a thing for Doom 2, but the creator of the mod also made a thing to where you can be able to play FreeDoom 2 and also a custom campaign that apparently they made for this whole thing. Um, so you can pretty much see, like there's all the information and stuff right here because I know sometimes people might, want to look into it. So yeah. Sorry, I was kind of just checking some stuff. But yeah, we're gonna be trying to do that, and we're gonna be playing some more FreeDoom 2. It's been a hot minute since I last played FreeDoom 2, which, for those that are wondering what the hell FreeDoom 2 is, the best way I can describe it is think of it as like a free Doom game that was made by various people within the community. Um, it plays at its own like iWad, has new levels, new graphics, textures, and all that stuff. It still feels like like it is a Doom game, but it has like its own little like universe and stuff like that. But it's basically like a thing where it's literally like it's like Doom but open source. To put in all that, and it's kind of a cool little thing. I actually I played Freedom 1 a while back, but I never really played Freedom 2, and I was like, you know what? If I'm going to play it, I might as well play it like this because I actually have like both versions of Freedom, which is known as like Freedom Phase 1 is like Ultimate Freedom, and then Freedom Phase 2 is like Freedom 2. Um, and they kind of pretty much play out just exactly, how, like Ultimate Doom and Doom 2 is, where it's like, Freedom Phase 1 has like, I think it's like 4 episodes with like 9 levels in each, and then Freedom 2 you got like around like 30, 32 levels at most, so yeah. But yeah, it's been like I said, it's been a hot minute. I have not played this since you can see like November of 2025. So alright. So yeah, this right here is the pistol replacement. It's kind of like a rifle that you can actually just tap your tat key with. This is the shotgun. Kind of like I want to say it's kind of like an old western type of shotgun. This is the SSG replacement, also known as super shotgun. I don't know what it's called exactly. This here is the chain gun, and this here is the rocket launcher. I believe I did do I believe I did do like a little bit of a showcase type thing with this mod. I think it might be on my YouTube channel actually, so it's something to keep in mind, I guess. I said, this weapon right here is going to be the pistol replacement. It's not, and normally when you have like a pistol replacement, like you have one of those little situations where, you know, like you hold down the fire button and all that. Like as you can see, you know, Doom guy's got like a, you know, you can tell when, you know, when you normally hold down the fire button because, like, you know, Doom guy's face is, you know, like that. But here it's one of those little situations where it's not like a hold down the fire button. You actually it's actually like a tap the fire button. Peacemaker. But yeah, because of this, from what I can gather, like as you probably saw in, like, you know, the description and all that, apparently this was supposed to be like originally like a FreeDoom type mod, but it ended up becoming something a bit more. And Alpha actually did the thing where it's like they made it to, you know, be playable for Doom 2. Which I will say, like I said, I do like this mod. I really do. If there was one slight request that I would make, if there was one slight little request that I would make, when it comes to this mod, like, I would love to have like a Doom 1 version. Like, I would love to have like a Doom 1 version of this. And I would love to have like a Doom 1 version of this, and maybe like play it with Sigil. Yeah, I would love to be able to play around with I would love to be able to play around with this mod in, like, you know, like Sigil 1 or Sigil 2. Okay, we got stuff teleporting then. Okay. Okay, so we know that at least, you know, that we at least have an idea of, you know, ideas of, like, you know, where to use the keys, you know, what supposedly, you know, they're going to do. so we know where Blue Key's at, but it's just a matter of how do we get into this room? Now, the one thing I just want to put out there, you know, to everyone, is that I have never played FreeDoom 2 before. It was one of those situations where it was like more or less, I knew about it. I've had the game on PC, but I never really like fully played it. I never really touched it because I'd say at the time, like, the whole idea was, I was trying to, like, I'd say, like, the whole idea was, like, at the time, I was trying to, like, play around with, like, FreeDoom, 1. FreeDoom Phase 1. Because I do remember, like, when, trying to stream on PC for me was kind of limited for, like, the, like, mod stuff that I wanted to play with it. Like, I will say, like, it does fucking suck because, you know, I have so much shit, you know, I could have been able to have done for, like, you know, streams and everything like that. Especially, you know, when it came to, you know, Doom mods. But yeah, like, I remember, like, the time where I would be attempting to play some FreeDoom 1, and I think I had, like, a few different, I didn't even fucking fire, I don't know how that happened. But yeah, like, I had, like, I remember, like, I was known to kind of, like, play around with the, I remember, like, I was going to play around with, like, FreeDoom Phase 1, and I think I had maybe, like a different weapon mod here and there. Okay, so... got bit in the ass. Okay, so I'm going to randomly guess that as I was about to say, I'm going to randomly guess that that switch that I hit for the blue area is probably going to open up that other, like, barred area, aka, like, right there. But yeah, originally, like, when it comes to FreeDoom 2, it's like, you know, just like in FreeDoom 1, it has, like I said, you know, it has its own graphics, music, levels, you know, all that jazz. And I guess, like, because of how, you know, you play that, you can also play this, you know, like Doom 2's campaign. Um, in this case, like, everything that would be FreeDoom enemies are regular Doom enemies. Sorry, I was kind of just checking something. Man, because the whole thing was, you know, like that. It's like I'd say it's kind of like a thing where it has like a mixture of like FreeDoom elements, but you know, also like regular Doom elements. Like I'd say like at most, you know, like the Doom elements come from the enemies, but everything else pretty much is FreeDoom. You know, because if I remember correctly, I think like what Alpha and 2 did was, because this, like I said, because this is supposed to be like, you know, like a FreeDoom mod and all that, you have like this, you know, like the music and the textures, put into Doom 1, or Doom 2. check those corners, I guess. Alright. Okay. Astronomy complex. Alright, so because we're on, so because we're on like a new, like a new playthrough and all that, usually what I do, excuse me. So usually what I do is, if I don't finish something like, say, like I have like a campaign like, thing like this, but I, like I have like a random, like on a random level or whatever. Usually what I do is like for part 1, for example, I'll have it set, to be like, at the last level, and then like when I do a part 2, like part 2 and beyond, I always make like a new hard save, and then, go from there, and then if everything goes well, I get rid of the old save, and then the old thing, the new thing becomes the old thing, and all that, so. So yeah, as you can see, I do this, and I go from there. Widowmaker. So funny thing about this this weapon right here, for one, it replaces chainsaw, and in prior versions, or I guess like updates to this game, this actually was immortal, or if it had infinite ammo. Hello, Bella. Welcome on in. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good Thursday morning, or whatever time zone it may be for you. Yeah, I remember like a long while back, in like previous updates, that this actually had the ability to have infinite ammo. I'm doing pretty good. I'm just, for someone who doesn't have a sleep schedule, I pretty much just been chilling. I decided to do possible like another double stream thing for today, and I'm doing what I was originally going to do yesterday, which is what I refer to as Weapons Mod Wednesday, and I'm playing a game called FreeDoom 2 with a weapon mod called Blorc, or Blorc Demake in this case. But yeah, it's good to see you though. I guess hopefully you're having a good day and everything. I know you've already told me that you're good and everything, but it's always that case of like having like that little repeat. Armor bonuses. Some work on a couple of projects. I think I saw someone in Onyx's Discord, I think like I remember seeing like Onyx connecting you to someone that he knows for like for like a project or whatever. So. it that so that way the door didn't crush it. Because for those that don't know, whenever there's like a corpse that's right here that you get from an enemy you kill, anything that they drop, it gets and anything that gets dropped by an enemy, the door can actually like get rid of it. So like for example, like corpses get turned into things like that. Messes they did. Yeah. I will say though, like, I do wish that I could commission some people, to make some stuff for me. Whether it be like, even though I don't have, even though I'm not like in the affiliation program or partner program, whatever. I do wish that there were some people that I could build, to be like, hey, could you like, perhaps make this for me? But unfortunately, unfortunately, I know a lot of people will, always want money, and I know people don't always. I know that people will hardly do a thing or two for free, which like on the one hand, like I can understand, but on the other hand, it's like, but yeah. There's thing there. Yeah, I can imagine. I feel like I'm in the Old West shooting with this gun. Alright, what did that do? I found me a secret. I found me a secret with a complete area map. Oh, I get you. Like I said, like I wish that I could be able to have like people commission stuff for me, even if like it couldn't be for like like emotes or whatever. It's like I would love to be able to like do a thing, but like I said, I don't but like I just don't make money off off doing anything on streaming. Like trust me when I say like I would have loved to be able to join the affiliate program, but I'm someone I'm someone who's on the SSI program, and my folks will not let me for the possible fear of like of like the people the SSI program take me off their thing, and not being able to get like stuff that like that I need money for like medical bullshit. So because yeah, a long while back because a long while back I did manage to do all the stuff required, even though like I don't know if it still stands or not, but yeah, like I remember like I was going to do a thing like that for whatever. Unnecessary for anyone to get stuff. You can be as nice for streamers as anyone with that. True, true. I mean, like I said, like I guess you could say like I'm just someone who has like ideas up the wazoo, but I can just never really I can I guess you can. I guess you can, like I can never really bring them out or like have someone like be like have someone maybe do it on my behalf or whatever. Ooh, that looks lovely. No, I'm trapped in here. There you go. You mean you've never trusted anyone with? Well, it's not that. It's just like I just it's pretty much like the whole situation of like I don't know who I could really be able to do. Like I don't know like who I could be able to talk to in order to have like my ideas come to life without like without them being like hey like okay but you're gonna have to commission me because again money is a problem. Because because like I'm, and like, and no offense when I say this, I'm not trying to sound like an ass or whatever, but it's like, I feel like it's one of those like little situations where it's like, if it's not free, then it's not for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like as much, like, it's like I can get, people, want to, get paid for their work and all that, but it's kind of one of those situations where it's like I have no, it's kind of like I have like it's kind of like saying I have no choice. But it's like, if it ain't free, then it's not for me. So. Yeah, and it's like, and I guess like for like a random example, it's like if I could, I'd probably would come to you for that stuff. But like I said, like I said, like I know that money would be the thing, to to have it be done, and and like even like I don't know you like too well, and it's like but like I know that you probably wouldn't be doing things for free all the time or probably at all. Which like I said, I can get it. And I have no problem with it, whatsoever. But it's just one of those, one of those like it is what it is type moments. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, but yeah, but yeah, random funny little story if you want to call it that. But once upon a random time, I think I was talking to someone that Onyx kind of kind of introduced me to. I want to say maybe it was like Muji or whatever his name was. That has like that has like that site or shop that Alex I guess like uses or whatever. And I remember like there was this thing that I had like an idea of like see me just hanging around the server. I don't where stuff. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Like I mean, cause yeah, like. And I think Onyx, I think probably Onyx would, say this as well if he was here, but it's like when it comes to the server, our little server and everything like that, it's like, yeah, it's pretty quiet, we don't really expect anyone to talk, and like usually when, stuff goes on, it's either like, A, Onyx is going live, or, tagging people, or I'm tagging people, or I'm going live, so. But yeah, like I say, basically it's just one of those situations where it's like, I know people, would want be paid for and everything like that, for their commissions and stuff. So. Yeah, I guess you could say mostly because like it's kind of like one of those like personal type discords that Onyx made, but then it's like he more or less kind of like made it where like me and him were like or like he was the founder, I was like co-founder and everything like that. So. Flying red tomatoes. Yo, that perfect aim. But yeah, I'd say like if I had the ability to Bella, probably the one thing I would see if you would do if I was able to to like pay you in return is is like making fan art or something and everything. Just kind of like to start things off in a way. Because I have like like I said, it's one of those moments where it's like I have ideas and everything like that, but it's just I can't be able to bring it out myself, and I don't have a way to like pay people for their time and everything like that. If I could, I would like trust me, but. Something's lowering. Yeah. Yeah. I'll use this to go down here just to see if there's anything worth being down here for. Because yeah, I think I've talked about this before, like just out of like the random blue, but the one thing I'd say that there's one thing that I would kind of like to have someone do for little old me, even though it'd be like even though it'd be like a thing for me based off for a friend of mine and everything like that, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, basically like the idea that like the one idea that comes to mind, the one that comes to my mind is fan art based off of a friend of mine. That's one of the things I probably would love to see someone try and do. But like I know that it's not going to happen anytime soon, if not ever. So if I got like extremely lucky, to get money and had like the ability to send that person money or however. Okay, so we got the red key card. Ah, now we need yellow. Get him away from the monster. Alright, let's see. Yeah, you go get him, Mr. Lost Soul. I love when you get a triple. But yeah, the first times I ever had someone technically do the thing for me, even though like it was Onyx who ended up paying for the cost and everything, it was kind of like it's supposed to be kind of like an emote thing where it was like I guess you say it's kind of like it's supposed to be like a mix between Duke Nukem or like Super Mario and Duke Nukem and everything. And I think if I remember correctly, where it was like Mario had like blonde hair and had the haircut like Duke Nukem, and he had like a gun and everything like that as well, and like a pistol. And I think it was kind of like based off of I want to say like Duke Nukem Manhattan Project, like I think like cover art or something like that. But yeah. Yeah. Okay. Flying red meter. Alright. Another flying red tomato. Really good shots and it's dead. It's dead, Jim. Wait, what? I am. Sneaky, sneaky. Man, Pinky's out. I will punch the bejesus out of you. How are you getting these bites in? Ow. I always hated Doom's infinitely tall monster bullshit, where it's like, no matter if you're like up above or down below, they somehow can still you can somehow still get you can somehow still get attacked by enemies. Quick save here. Hey, there's yellow key. And I heard stuff teleporting in. Excuse me. Klik in mijn nek, man. Maui. Ouch. That hurt like a dickens. Ow. Cannot afford to take any injuries. That somehow hit. Like that somehow hit. Alright. There's the old door there. Is it just me, or did I just somehow come out of a completely different area? It's a crazy looking warehouse. Alright, let's see. Seriously. Doggy. Like definitely now as I get into dangerous territory. Owie! That hurt. Let's try that again. Alright. Hey, look at this. That's hot. That looks like it's gonna give me a hot foot. Okay, if I was a good guesser, something tells me that switch that I hit probably lowered down the entrance that the entrance that led me into this area. Let's see. It was another teleporter. Why am I back here? Hey. Yeah, I don't know if this is your first time visiting my little stream, Bella. Um, but I guess like the one thing I probably point out, I guess, is that when it comes to my streams, I know I know I can be like pretty quiet on some situations. Cause usually like I guess you could say like usually like my stream is usually like my streams, plural, are kind of quiet, like, I don't really have, like, a whole lot of activity going on, so, more or less, like, I'm always just, just, like, chilling the game, like, chilling on the game, playing whatever, and, having, like, those random reactions and stuff like that, but, of course, if people come in, I say, always greet them, and, I'm always up for, a nice little chat here and there. I totally forgot that I forgot to fucking pop up my Twitch chat because I still have it. I feel like I still had everything on the fucking stream manager page. And usually I don't do that. Like usually I don't do that kind of shit. So. Four health bonuses. That's funny. Alright, let's see. I love this. I love how this like one of those one of those I want to say like one of those like rare weapon mods where it's like you actually use both your fists instead of like just have instead of just like one. Daily Outland. So let me see. So okay. So I'm on level 60. I'm trying to think, 'cause like I know I haven't like made a whole lot of progress, but I'm kind of thinking to myself like, you know, how much should I try and do? 'Cause, you know, it's been that long. I'm going to, I'm gonna boost you guys, because I'm going to go, use the bathroom and everything. So I will be right back, and I'm also going to mute my mic as well. Alright, I'm back. Just what I'm thinking a little bit. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and just end it there. Yeah, like I know it wasn't really that long, you know, of a stream and all that. And I only did like maybe like a couple of levels at most, but you know, what can you do? Wow, my fucking pop-out chat decides to failed load module, and I can't be able to do anything unless it actually fucking works. So, fucking, gotta fucking reload the tab or the page thing, whatever, before I can even do anything. But yeah, I don't know 100% for sure on this, but if everything goes well, I might try and do a second stream and everything today. Because I might try and see about, I probably might try and see about doing more Batman Return to Arkham City. Because I want to try and get on with a continuation of my New Game Plus hard mode playthrough. And, I kind of want to, be able to, I kind of want to be able to do that, continue on with everything there. And then afterwards, I could be able to and then like afterwards, you know, in the future, I could be able to try and install Batman Arkham Knight, and you know, do everything from there. Because I think honestly, like probably Batman Arkham Knight is going to be like the one that's going to, you know, be a big boy to download. So so yeah. Get the raid stuff ready. I need slash raid. Alright. Alright, so you want to do a little thing, so it's probably going to be in silent mode while I try and find someone to possibly raid. Because I don't know about other people, but I like being able to raid people after my streams. No matter if I'm like, you know, doing it during my normal time frame, or earlier than normal, or later than normal. So. Yo. Curiouser, curiouser. Let's look here. it's always difficult to try to find someone that you might want to raid, and you almost gotta like worry, like you wonder slash worry if like you want if like you by like trying to raid them and everything, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you can't build raid them because of their settings. That is a long ass name. Don't even know if I can build a raid